Welcome back to UNLV Thomas and Mack Convention Center here in Las Vegas. We are coming to you live, looking back at last night's presidential debate. No doubt last night's debate was a war of words, but who won the battle when it comes to the best body language? I want to break it all down right now with body language analyst Mark Jeffries. Mark, good to see you.
Great to see you, Maria.
So let's start with the traditional handshake. The nominees did not shake hands at the beginning nor at the end of the debate. What message were they conveying there?
Well, why don't we just go with severe dislike? The funny thing is, as a viewer, I just feel so much discomfort when you see them come out because you know they just hate each other. There's no way there's going to be a handshake. Last time, interestingly, when they were asked to compliment each other, they were forced to compliment each other. There was a handshake afterwards, and it was like kind of a bit of relief. It was light relief, but not this time. No handshakes and nothing to read there at all.
Yeah. What about the finger pointing? Let's look at this. Watch Donald Trump here. Watch this.
We are going to stop radical Islamic terrorism in this country. She won't even mention the words, and neither will President Obama.
Finger pointing is usually something that we focus on. What does that mean?
Well, first of all, this is Donald's go-to finger position. I think I've got about that right. I call this the listen to me finger. Because when he puts this up, what he's actually saying is, shush everyone, you now need to listen to me more than the other time because this is now really important. There it is. You see it happening at the same, right. Now that's the first bit. And he just does that as a way of gaining attention. It's like a kind of a beacon transmitting his information. But the pointing that he should not do, and when I coach either executives or indeed politicians, the one thing you should never do is point at somebody. You don't point at your audience, and you do not point at your competitor, the person that's standing opposite you. Why? Because it's hugely aggressive. And then teaming the point with the word she just doubled down on that very aggressive approach to his answer. Now, I think it's interesting to point out, this is the character that he is playing. He's angry. And his followers are angry. Hillary, throughout, looked appalled. And her followers are appalled. So they represented their base in their body language and in everything they did.
But I totally agree. I hate pointing, Gina.
Yeah, and I'm not into it either. But
I'm guilty of it. So
well, it's the mom point, you know. But here's my question for you. This seems to me like there's more psychology going on behind the scenes in this particular election than ever before. I also noticed Hillary kind of holding her breath when Donald Trump uttered the word liar. I wanted to know if you noticed that and what you made of it.
Well, you're entirely right, and what I find fascinating about this whole process, because I've been on both sides, and I'm now a keynote speaker, so I do a lot of presentations, but I've also been behind where I coach, is you tell people how they should react. You prepare people for what's likely to happen. When I look at these two candidates, I see one who's very well trained, very well coached, and is following the instructions she's been given really well, right down to the letter. And the other candidate either doesn't want the coaching, doesn't take the coaching, or can't remember the coaching because he just doesn't follow any of the rules. But maybe that's the way it is now. Maybe following the rules is the error. Did you see Saturday Night Live where the impression of Hillary has her walking across the stage? She goes, I'm now going to walk across like I've rehearsed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and speak. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's funny. Mark, great to see you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Mark Jeffries.